Hey everyone, welcome to the original CrockPet Diet Weekly Roundup. I am Michael Daly, certified canine holistic pet health coach through Dr. Roberts, certified canine massage therapist, certified equine shiatsu massage practitioner, vet tech for a long time, dog owner for a long time, cat owner for a long time, and all sorts of other things. All right, let's get on with this week's questions. Hope everybody had a good week. Let's see. All right. Elena Maria asked, "Hi everyone, I have a question about using sweet potatoes instead of rice. Do you just put them in with the vegetables and do you need to add extra water?" Let's take a look at the comments. Angela Hardy wrote, "Same as rice as regarding water." Leona Jones added, "It depends on whether you cook your rice separately, then add it to the batch." Angela cooks it all together. Never had a problem. Yeah. So both good answers, guys. Yeah, I cook mine separately. So I tend to cook the rice separately if I'm doing carbs, and the sweet potatoes separately, and then add it to the crock pot after it's cooked. But you can cook them all in as well. Sweet potatoes tend to really kind of get mushy. So yeah, so it's up to you. Either way is fine. And you stick with yes, so it's 4 cups of waters if you're putting the carbohydrate into the crock pot or Instapot, and 2 cups if not. All right, I think I missed one. Hold on, I'm gonna just go down here. I thought that was it. Okay. All right. We have a new graduate, Maggie Shellhammer. So guys, check out these. We get more and more pet health coaches graduating left and right every day. I just had 2 graduate. I'm super excited about. So we're coming around, guys. All right. May asks, "I missed a live presentation. How do I find it to watch?" And hopefully you probably found it, May, but just kind of scroll down. It should pop up. Let's see. It should be down here somewhere. That's weird. Should be there, May. Let me. I don't know how you find it. Usually it's like it's so funny. Where'd it go? I just checked it before I got on here to see if it was there. It should be there, May. If it doesn't, they'll eventually air it soon. So yeah, I think you probably have found it by now. Let's see. Susan Mercer, "I'm making the kidney recipe for the first time. I have no doubt I'm missing it, but could someone point me in the right direction? I'm looking for how much to feed my dog. He's 10 pounds. Oh, shoot. I'm sorry. Facebook is not being fun today. Oh, my Lord. Hold on one sec, y'all. There we go. All right. Had a great answer. Oh my gosh, y'all. I'm like computer. Hold on. Comment. Okay. May, basically you feed them about the same amount of kibble you used to feed. So if you ate a half cup twice a day, kibble, start with that, but with the crock pot, adjust as needed. Absolutely good answer, May. Yes, and always transition over slowly. If you're going from a regular diet to the CrockPet diet, and and sorry, my cat he hears me talking, so he's like wants to be part of this. And there he goes. Okay, and yeah, and start with that, and then kind of vary it based on the body's response to it. So he may lose a little more weight, so you may have to increase it that way. It's all sort of very like how your pet responds to it. So, but start with definitely what you feed the other food. Also, season, make sure that, so Dr. Roberts doesn't recommend the kidney diet until they're at stage 4 kidney disease. So just double check on that. Reason being is that a lot of vets will go ahead and put a pet on a kidney diet when they're at stage 1. And so what they end up doing is battling more issues with muscle wasting than anything else. So the kidneys are able to actually handle protein until about stage 4, when the phosphorus isn't there to help with the protein for the kidneys. So just make sure for that season. Okay. Leona, hoping to avoid the anesthetic required for a dental for my cavaliers. I am considering using the food additive Canadent. This is a seaweed product. My question is, because I serve my dog CrockPet diet consistently, do I need to cut back on the kelp in the recipe? We currently do not have thyroid issues. So let me look at the comments first. Oh, Dana, one of our up and coming coaches. Dr. Connor Brady talked a lot about Canadent on his page and sells it. His website says to not use it with hypothyroid conditions or with other seaweed-based products. The amount of iodine in this product is 95.095% per 2 gram scoop. Another website suggested, if using any other seaweed product in your pet's diet, do not exceed 5% inclusion ratio of seaweed product to total feed. So you'll want to be sure you get enough of it used, only Canadent, but not too much if you try to add Canadent. Having said that, kelp is also seaweed, probably helps manage your dog's tartar buildup in the same way. Talked about brushing. Yep, and using a raw bone is a great recommendation, Dana. Leon, I do brush and spray as well as I block off every other day. I'm still concerned about the iodine. Thank you for the thoughtful response. It was a very thoughtful response. Let's see. Pamela, give them good old-fashioned bone. They'll clean their teeth. Great. I stick with knuckle or patella bones. Leona asked, from what animal? How do you keep them from staining carpets? Do you prep them in any way to protect your dog from salmonella or pathogens? Pamela responded, no prep needed. I buy the reputable raw food sellers, I assume from a cow, but not sure. I feed to mine outside on the grass. I have 3 golden retrievers. My 11.5-year-old, 11.5-year-old, 11.5-year-old is excellent teeth for her age. Thank you. Yeah. All good. Great, Leona. Those are great responses. Yeah, you can do like soup bones. Yeah, anything like that can be really great. I would be careful with older pets because if their teeth are not as strong, it can break the teeth. So with an older pet, you can try like the hard, like soup carrots, but they're like a little softer to chew. I would, yeah, that was a good call about be careful on the carpet. So I would give those outside. So the Canadent, and I was trying to go on there, and this is, y'all, this is like my number one frustrating thing having started this with y'all, because you give me a lot of products, and so I want to help out. And so I look at the products and look at the nutrition labels, and it's so hard to find the information that I need. Like it makes me, I get so frustrated with that because I'm just like, so to me, it's like, what are you trying to hide? You know, so whenever I pull up a product that I'm like, if I have to search and search and search just for a simple nutrition label, like, I'm just like, well, then I don't trust your product, you know? So like Canadent, like I've heard about it and I have some good, I can't tell you if they've been like, oh my God, my teeth have been amazing with it. But I was trying to find the amount of iodine in it. And like, I'm sorry, the percentage kind of thing, like 0.095% of, I don't know how to figure that out. So like, I needed to say how much iodine is in the product, and it doesn't say anywhere. I could not find it anywhere. So unless I was missing it. I did find a website that kind of brought it up, but it's like, I don't know. So that's my only thing with Canadent. You know, I'd say, you know, it seems like it's in some, you know, Dr. Connor Brady talks about it. Dr. Judy has it on her site. So there's some reputable people that have it on there. So I trust it in that sense. I just get so frustrated when it's like, guys, just tell me what's in it. You know what I mean? Um, so yeah. So what I would do is, uh, Leona is, I got names mixed up on there. Sorry about that. Is cut out the plaque off because, by the way, the first thing, if you look up plaque off, the first thing is if you put how much iodine in plaque off, it immediately just says 131 micrograms per scoop. It should be that easy to answer that question. So I like plaque off just for that reason alone. So I would cut out the plaque off and try the candidate and do it that way. And it is fine to use it with the CrockPet diet. We used to actually sell plaque off at Sun Dog Cat Moon. So, but switch it up and see if that makes a difference. So try the Candida and see if that helps. And then you do want to watch out. So and like Dana had mentioned, they do recommend not using it if you have a pet that is dealing with hyperthyroidism because the iodine in the kelp can cause the thyroid to produce more. And that's sort of the issue with the thyroid gland is that it's producing too much thyroid hormones. So that's why. So whenever we would have a pet come in that we would do a thyroid panel on or T4 on, one of the questions we'd ask is your pet are you feeding your pet plaque off or a kelp-based product for teeth? And then if they are, we have them cut that out. So that's the reason behind that. So, but yeah, totally safe to try to do with the CrockPet diet and just give that a whirl. Brush. And then the other thing is, it's just those tough things. Like some dogs are just out of the box wrong and have like teeth issues that as much brushing as you do, treats you do, like they're just going to still need a yearly dental, and dentals are, the reason that they can be really helpful is that under anesthesia, they can actually, you can get the mouth open more, actually really get back in there, get x-rays done and things like that. It's sort of that thing that you got to balance with holistic medicine. It's, are the side effects of the anesthesia worse than the side effects of if your pet has a decayed tooth that's causing infection that goes in the bloodstream and can affect the body that way. So you kind of have to outweigh that when you're thinking about dentals. So yeah. All right. And you have me think of the song in Greece. Brusha, brusha, brusha. Jan sings it. All right, movie quotes for y'all. Anyway, all right, Amy asked the coaches. Yeah, where are my coaches on this? The hashtag. Hi, friends. I use iodized salt. I never noticed that many brands have multiple ingredients. Are these bad for dogs, or is this normal with iodized salt? I can't give him kelp. Yes, I was looking it up too, actually, Amy, because you had messaged me last night. So the dextrose in it is a reducing agent to prevent oxidation of iodine. The sodium bicarbonate is stabilized the iodine, and the calcium silicate is an anti-caking agent. So it's not so actually salt can freely flow. So I think those are pretty basic ingredients that are in most salts to help make it salty. So yes, you're fine. But we did talk a little bit. So some people, and this pops up a lot, is that there's people that have the old recipes for their CrockPet diet, and they've changed and been modified over time. Most people are caught up with it, but I would really encourage you guys to go into the materials and pull out the new recipes if you have an old recipe, because it has changed. And one of the things that we used to do is add in just iodized salt to the diet. I can't remember how much it was, but I'm pretty sure it was, but it is still. There it is. 1 teaspoon. So I think it used to be like 1 teaspoon of iodized salt. So she actually doesn't do the iodized salt anymore, because the reason being is that she had to bump up the amount of iodine in the diet to balance it out. So iodized salt has 45 micrograms per quarter teaspoon. So 1 teaspoon of iodized salt is 180 micrograms only. So, and as we see down here, you need 1350 micrograms of iodine per batch. So you can either get that with kelp, or like Amy said, her dog can't use kelp and some pets are allergic to kelp. You would do an iodine vitamin. I can't think of the word, supplement, an iodine supplement. So something like that, Amy. I wouldn't do like a ton of scoops of salt. That's too much. So now the salt's sort of in there for sodium, and she has people doing. She has sea salt on here, but she tends to be like kind of not really for sea salt because of all the plastic. So the Redmond's real salt is one that doesn't have iodine in it. So I got confused on this too all the time, guys. So it's because it just changes. So yeah, so not iodized salt, but actually Redmond's real salt. Now, if you have iodized salt, you can do that. You just got to calculate. So the 1350 minus 180. So you have to put that amount rest in to match up to the 1350. So. All right. May asked, no silly questions, May. Do you break open capsules to avoid pets from eating the capsule itself, or just throw capsules in for dogs to eat whole? Maybe they're silly questions. Sometimes you guys ask questions and I'm like, God, really? I don't know. You know what I mean? It's the stuff I never think about. So it could. Well, let's see the answer first. Pamela, throw capsules in. That's my go-to. Dana, depends on what it. Actually, that's true. Dana's kind of good at it too. Depends on what's in it. Pro and prebiotics, antibiotics. I keep in capsules. Other things like gastrics, I will dump in. Pamela, I should clarify. I'm referring to the PEA and turmeric I use. Oh, Pamela, I'm curious to know how PEA is. How you're feeling like that's working for you. It's a natural anti-inflammatory that Dr. Judy has recommended. It sounds interesting. I meant to ask Dr. Roberts about it, actually, her thoughts on it. So yeah, and it varies, May. I mean, capsules are made with gelatin, so they'll dissolve. And they actually have vegetarian capsules too. So yeah, I try to make it as easy as I can for myself. So I'll throw it in. But and that's the thing too. So some pets will not like the taste of a powder or something like that. So then you throw it in that way. Some people like to really mix it in and spread it out. So it's really up to you. Not a silly question, though. All right, that's it for this week. Yeah, let's check the chat. Could change this over here. Oh. No chance. All right, y'all. Well, have a good week. Great questions this week. Yeah, thanks so much for your input and advice and your answers and your questions. It makes me learn more, investigate more. And so, yeah, the more we know, the better our pets live their lives. Wow, I'd be great on TV, wouldn't I? All right, y'all have a good week. Bye.